Well, so you finally got what you wanted.
Yeah.
A kid quarterback and a blowout loss running around making a couple meaningless plays. Congratulations. Are you satisfied now?
I was thinking, so what can he do to dump all over the quarterback throwing 3 touchdowns in his NFL debut?
He's found a way.
Plastic
yards. Now he's Gardner Minshew. Listen, that was good. Yeah,
thank you.
I was not expecting that.
Thank you.
There's a lot more to be excited about. Even curmudgeons like you and Tony have to say there was a little bit of a flicker of offense that we haven't seen in, I don't know, the better part of a year and a half. Yeah, they lost the game by 20 points. One of the big reasons they lost the game by 20 points was because you turned the ball over 4 times, which are some of the things that people were really reluctant about turning it over to a young quarterback. But at the same time, they made more plays offensively than they have been, and I think there's something to build on. Now, we have to find out. Are you right, Tony? Tony and Mike, are you guys right with, well, it was 27-7. He had thrown for about 100 yards. They had 7 points. They were out of the game, and then all of a sudden he throws for another 150 and 2 touchdowns.
Thank you.
In garbage time.
Thank you.
But was that it, or was it he got off to a slow start? He was a little jacked up and hyped. A little like, I used to always make fun of you with Brett Favre, right?
Oh, yeah.
A little rocket ball here, right?
Yeah.
The boy was pumped up a little bit, overthrows, picks, turning it over. Or did he settle down as the game went on and play better? And now maybe you can expect as we're going forward, maybe some of those jitters won't be as prominent and he plays a little bit better for 60 minutes. That's what you have to wonder and hope if you're a Patriots fan. But, yeah, no one wants to lose games by 20 points. That game wasn't competitive.
What stood out to you with him?
To me, I thought he did a good job of running the offense in a conventional way. It wasn't like if he had just, run for first downs every time they were in trouble, or like, the play that he bought time out of the pocket and he found Hunter Henry broken play like 30 yards. Mm-hmm. If that's all it was, I would be like, I would like to have seen more conventional offense. The crossing routes that he started to hit in the second half to Douglas were things that I think can be built upon. The out pass to Booty in the second half, regular offense. I know it sounds like a really low bar, but I haven't seen that. I didn't see it with Mac Jones. I didn't see it with Bailey Zappi, and I certainly didn't see it with Jacoby Brissett. On Sunday, there were some plays that I looked at. I was like, that's sustainable. That's the way you need to move the ball in the NFL. Can you throw the ball outside the numbers? Can you throw the ball in between the numbers? Can you throw the ball down the field? And then at times, can you make some plays as an athlete? He did a lot of those things.
But those things.
A lot of those things.
All right, but those things you just said. Didn't you know he had that?
I knew he had the skill set, yeah.
Yeah, he's got the traits.
Yeah. If you asked me, did he exceed my expectations or not, I would say no. He met my expectations. I wanted this guy. I wanted him with the 3rd overall pick. You guys know that I was on him. I would have taken him over Jaden Daniels. Now, right now, it looks like I was wrong. Daniels has been great. But I saw a lot of this stuff at North Carolina. I'm not surprised with what I saw on Sunday.
Right, so this is because I...
So let's build on it now.
So I pushed back against the whole thing. I said, well, we learned that you have a guy.
No, I didn't learn that.
Right, you should have, if you watched him, and I forced myself to, so I do put myself on this list. That throw he made to Booty, he has that in his bag, categorically. He can make that throw on the move.
Yep.
He can make that throw backpedaling, flicking his schmenzer.
He certainly can make it in a nice, clean pocket, standing tall like he did on Sunday.
So, you shouldn't have had to have seen that to know that he can do that.
I just think that we've seen so much bad offense over the last couple of years that and I'm guilty of it too. I'm not making fun of any of my colleagues. I'm guilty of it too.
That's what it really is.
Right, that's emotion. That's
it's offense. It's like all the other teams. It's like all the other teams do it every week. Now the Patriots did it. Let's see if they can do it a little bit better next week without the turnovers.
But it's not a tangible thing. It's more of an emotional thing that, oh my God, we haven't seen that in 4 years. There it is. Thank God. But
I don't think that we got, the whole we got the guy thing. No.
I don't think you learned. That game shouldn't have said, well, we got to learn what we have. We got to know what we got. You should have known that you had that.
They have the guy.
The thing about managing the game and more conventional stuff, that is what you're going to have to learn. And then the big thing is, you won't get it this year, is how does he do, clutching late. Like that's impossible to predict. What he's got.
Absolutely.
And his poise.
The
and
intangibles. No
the
question.
4-minute drive, all that stuff.
But you weren't impressed at all, Mike, by his ability to, regular offense, not just being an athlete, like regular plays. The Hunter Henry touchdown. The Hunter Henry touchdown.
So,
more so than like the running around
sure.
and stuff like that. It wasn't just schoolyard football. It was regular offense that looked good.
I was impressed
at times. Not for the whole game.
Right.
It was terrible in the first half.
I was impressed with the good plays. But there was a whole raft of bad plays that everyone's just sort of like blotting out because they don't want to. And again, so that's the emotional part of it.
I didn't blot him out. I'm sort of in the middle. And like I said, he met my expectations because I knew he was a good player. Now we're going to have to find out, can he be consistently good? Because you guys are right about the time and when the best stuff happened. I think he had thrown for 60 yards, heading into the 2-minute drill in the first half. They're getting shut out. They had turned the ball over, and they were really not close. So I think that drive got them going a little bit. In the second half, they weren't ready. When they came out in the second half, they turned the ball over on 2 of the first 3 possessions, and the other one was a 3-and-out. So there's a lot of improvement that needs to be done too.
So I, like you, think that too much is being made of this game overall as far as May. But I think what Paul is saying is that Patriots fans have spent so much time with their head down looking at the floor that they forgot what it looks like to look at the ceiling.
I mean, that could
well
could be
said, Mazz.
Yeah,
you should write.
I'll go with it. He's a writer,
but
we don't do that anymore.
But okay, it's just. That's different than the football.
Absolutely. Yes. Again,
that's just your emotions as a fan.
It's really about what you haven't seen in the last 5 years more than it is about what you saw at that moment.
Understood. So let's take the emotion out of it. I just want to ask you two guys, was there anything just football, that you liked?
The ball to Douglas over the middle for the touchdown.
Okay.
I think the ball, I loved the, and this is so me. I loved the Hunter Henry touchdown because I think that was schemed. Like, was that his first option? But either way,
yeah, I think it was schemed. And I think that's when it looked better, was when whatever was schemed was open right away and the ball came out quick. That was the best stuff. But I thought there were times where he went through his progressions too.
I like easy money. Like the quarterbacks that can identify the easy money and take the easy plays and just take what's there. And that's like, so I like that. And then the play that really got him started on that last drive at the end of the first half was Pop Douglas on the sideline, where, again, I think May started on the right.
That was way late in his progression. Absolutely.
I'm sorry, he started on the left.
Over
and then moved all the way to the right. And Douglas might have been the fourth read.
And the other part of that, just from a physical standpoint, why are people excited? Because they haven't had a guy physically that can play the position at an adequate level. By the time Cam was the quarterback, he no longer had the physical skills. Mac wasn't close. Zappe wasn't close. Brissett wasn't doing it. Like, finally, you have a guy. If Brissett makes that same play on the play that Mike is talking about, there's a really good chance that it's a pick six. Drake Maye had the arm to get it out to that sideline before that guy could break on it. And then Demario Douglas has the athleticism to then take the pass, make a guy miss, and get up the sideline for 22 yards. And I like that's sustainable stuff.
And I do like that game brought me back Demario Douglas. Like, there's Demario Douglas.
You just love those guys.
I do.
He does.
I love slot guys.
He looked good in this game, though, Paul.
I love that skill set.
He can be an effective piece if you can get some guys around him. If he's going to be the focal point of the other team's secondary, it's not going to look great. Like, it's going to be like this game. For 3 quarters, he's going to be a non-factor. You guys want to jump on the quarterback. When did he make all his plays?
Well, he was open.
Aside from that one.
May missed him. May missed him earlier. On the play he might have scored on, frankly. It was something very similar on a 3rd and 9 earlier in the third quarter, and May just missed him. I think he missed him a couple times.
Yeah, he had one, I think, that he actually caught that might have been.
They were going the other direction.
That might have been a really big play had he put it on him. Yep.
But either way,
I like Demario Douglas. I think he's an effective piece. If you have a good passing game, he's an effective piece. Right now, he's the number one receiver. That's not good enough.
But I just think that really, I'm sort of stuck on, what happened here. And I think Brady got Troy Brown immediately. And Brady's rookie year, did Brown have like 100 catches that year or something? Like he just fed him.
Yeah.
Fed him and fed him, fed him.
Yeah.
Like, and sort of like that kind of got Brady going a little bit. Not that he needed it ultimately, but you know what I mean? Like, it helps for a young quarterback to have a guy. And I'll take a slot guy over a big outside receiver. I think you can take those guys away.
Yeah, you don't want to score. You just want little.
I do.
Little 8 yards at a time. We want to cut them to death.
Yeah.
We don't want 23 touchdowns.
It's actually true. I get off.
You're a talentist.
I get off on a good first down in cut versus a touchdown over the top. I do. I appreciate a good 8-yard in cut more than the bomb over the top, which is wee. Like I just
I'll take the bomb.
Paul knows me. Yeah. He knows me by now.
I do.
All right,
you're anti-talent.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.